So a lot of changes here on the farm. In this last week, we sold our bull, and we did quite well with him. We made $410 more than what we had paid for him. And we only owned him for a year and a half. Yes, we did have feed costs involved with that, but I figure it costs us about $300 for a winter to feed an animal. So we did pretty well with him. Now the prices of beef are sky high right now. So another thing that we've done is we downsized our herd again and sold off a couple of our calves, which is normal. That's the crop that we produce, and we sold them to our neighbor. But I did have some issues with that. You know, I had a hard time charging the going rate to our friend and our neighbor who's been doing business with us for a long time and has helped us in so many ways. And my husband and I had a long discussion, and finally I just left it with him. And I said, I understand this is your operation and you're going to manage it as you see fit. But I had a hard time because I felt like we were taking advantage of him. And then I come to find out that he lost the contract on one of the fields that we were renting, which was just 7 acres of hay. It wasn't a big deal. But it produced a lot of hay for us, enabled us to be able to grow some more cattle on our farm. And conversely, he recently picked up an extra 6 or 7 acres, which is supposedly better ground and will produce better for us. However, it's going to cost us twice as much as the old field did. So I'm just struggling with trying to understand the cost of everything lately and to reconcile that in my mind as far as this is what it costs now. Part of me, when I go to bed at night, I pray that things will get back to normal in this world and not have these huge swings and these crazy price changes. And on the opposite side, I don't want the bubble to burst, and it's not so much for us. But I know several people who have purchased things on what I would consider on the high side. And I don't want them to be harmed by the market suddenly taking a downturn. So I'm conflicted. I don't really know even what to pray for, because on the one hand, it is nice making a profit once in a while. You know, farming is very hard. On the other hand, it just feels wrong. It doesn't feel right to be charging these kind of prices. And yet, anybody else that saw us and said, if you don't, then you're a fool, because you're going to pay those kind of prices, and we've experienced that. But I don't know. Time will tell, I guess, as far as whether things are going to balance out. In my life experience, there's always swings, highs and lows, but it's never been this dramatic before. Not without some kind of event, some kind of weather event, or a drought, or a flood, or something like that. And so, I don't know. Time will tell. In the meantime, we just pray. I hope you're doing well. And please add some comments down below if you're feeling what I'm feeling and feeling conflicted as far as, do I charge these prices? Is it okay? It just feels wrong. But if I don't, I might be the one that's out. And part of that is fear. I know that. Fear is not a good thing, and we shouldn't do business. We shouldn't run our lives through fear. But I do have hope for the future, and I hope that things will eventually balance out. I hope that this crazy world that we're living in right now will settle down. There's so many things that we want to do yet, so many things that we want to build on the farm and get growing. But we've also got to be very careful because prices are so high. And I still have that gut feeling that eventually the bottom's going to fall out. I hope not, especially for the people who have paid the higher prices. But this is the world we live in. Pray for farmers. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.